Hello everyone, my name is Indra Prayuda. I'm an English student from North Sumatra, Indonesia. Here in this speech, I'm going to be talking to you about self-harm and a few things you need to know about it. Before I begin, I'd like to mention that the reason why I chose this topic is that this has become my concern and curiosity over this time. This is with the purpose of intention of educating society and supporting those people um, who self-harmed, and you probably have seen it in your lifetime. They all are around us. They are suffering, scared, and they are hiding. They need our help. So the first thing we need to understand is knowing what self-harm is. So for those who are wondering, self-harm, or in another name, non-suicidal self-injury, is when you intentionally hurt or harm your body. It's usually as a way of dealing with very difficult feelings, painful memories, or overwhelming situation and experiences. One of the most common forms of self-harm is cutting. They cut their hands, and it can be done by using scissors, knife, razor blade, broken glass, or another sharp object to cut your skin. Most frequently, the arms and the legs are the targets of self-injury. There are also other ways of self-harm, such as self-hitting, punching, or head banging, pulling out your hair, scratching your skin, or burning yourself with cigarettes and matches and candles, and many more. The injuries might be minor, but sometimes they can be severe. They may leave permanent scars or cause serious health problems. And based on my research on the internet, it says that self-harming is not a mental disorder. At first, I thought this is a mental illness, but it's truly not. It's a kind of behavior. It's clearly an unhealthy way to cope and deal with strong feelings. However, some people who self-harms do have a mental disorder, and it's typically not meant as a suicide attempt. Rather, this type of self-injury is a harmful way to cope with emotional pain, intense anger, and frustration. And according to the Mental Health Foundation, 10% of young people self-harm themselves, but it could be as high as 20%. And most of them reported that they started to hurt themselves around the age of 20. No, at the age of 12. And it's also possible for adults like us to do it. Um, there are also many reasons why people do self-harm. Different people, that means different stories and background. Some people do self-harm because they feel overwhelmed and changing emotions, depressed, anxious, stressed, or simply because they don't like themselves by having insecurities. It's basically um, a form of self-punishment. They may believe they deserve the pain. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, in some way, self-harming fills a void and provides sensation whenever someone feels empty. People who self-harm themselves are usually not trying to kill themselves. I believe when we see someone who self-harm, the first thought that exists in our mind is like, oh, look, they're trying to kill themselves. They want to suicide. For some reasons, it's the way that they do with the pain. It gives them an element of control. And that's why it's called non-suicidal self-injury that I've mentioned before at the beginning, which may be caused by the first is social problems, such as being bullied, having difficulties at work or school. Me as a college student, I have it too, social problems. Having difficult relationship with friends or family, or maybe your boyfriend and girlfriend, coming to terms with their sexuality, if might they might be gay or bisexual. And then trauma such as physical or sexual abuse and the death of a close family member or friend. And the last is psychological causes such as having a borderline personality disorder or mental illness. Um, a lot of people get judged for self-harming because they apparently want attention. This is just a stereotype. Some people do self-harm for attention, but not everyone. Like they want someone to notice and want someone to pay attention and look down at their scars on their arms and be like, oh no, that person needs our help. Is in a lot of pain. We should help him out. Not many people understand self-harming and they think it's stupid. They don't understand how addictive it is. Once you start, it becomes a sort of painkiller. So whenever you see someone self-harm or try to sh- so whenever you see someone self-harm, try to show your concern about them. Don't ever judge them for doing that because they seek for help. Don't ask them to stop the self-harm right away. I know exactly that we hope them to stop it. It's not like easy and it's not a helpful thing for them. We can't just do it like, do it in a second. Some people have self-harm for months and even for years, and you can't change that just for a single moment, and it's very addictive. And when you talk with them, try to understand and listen carefully to what they worried about. Make sure they know that you care about it because it always helps to know that someone is there for you rather than saying to stop it. We just ask them, then we can just ask them to control it at that time. And especially to everyone who harms right now, has harm, um, is trying to stop, already stop. I want you to know that you are not alone and you deserve better. You know it. You deserve a more productive way of going through life. And I really understand that you are in a lot of pain. And I believe that you will heal, and it's time to heal yourself. I want you to control yourself and not doing it. Remember, it's about control because it will never get to the point that you are coping it. It's just a moment, and those emotions will come back more times harder. You must know that it's okay to stalk, that there are many people out there who experience the same thing, that they care for you and support you. To summarize, self-harm is very common in our society. We just don't realize it. And again, most people self-harm as a form of escape or to show they have feelings or to show how they feel in on the inside, on the outside. We can't see what is going on in their heads, but we can see the scars on their arms so that we can ask them whether they're okay. So let's help each other. Let's care about each other's mental illness. And lastly, to close this speech, I want to say no matter how you get through in life, don't give up. Because each day, each morning, when we wake up, we are born again and we have the chance to be the best version of ourselves. I want to say thank you for surviving until today, until this moment, because as far as I know, tough times never last, but tough people do. Thank you so much.